Rotten fruit. The mere thought makes most of us wrinkle our noses, doesn't it? It's mushy, smelly, and usually bound straight for the trash. But here's the shocker. What we call waste is actually one of nature's most powerful growth elixirs. Hidden inside that spoiled banana or mango is a secret used by ancient farmers to supercharge their crops, transforming fruit decay into a living, nutrient-packed fertilizer that makes plants thrive like never before. This isn't just composting. It's fermentation magic that converts rot into what many gardeners now call liquid gold. And today we're breaking down exactly how you can make it yourself, why it works so incredibly well, and how this one simple trick can turn any garden into a powerhouse of growth. Why rotten fruit isn't really rotten. When fruit starts to decay, something fascinating happens beneath that sticky surface. It doesn't just rot, it transforms. Billions of invisible helpers, including bacteria, yeasts, and enzymes, begin breaking down the fruit's sugars and fibers in a process called fermentation. As they do, they release nutrients like potassium, phosphorus, calcium, and magnesium in a form plants can absorb instantly. What's more, they produce beneficial microbes that help rebuild soil health from the ground up. Think of it as a probiotic drink for your garden. Unlike chemical fertilizers that feed only the plant, fermented fruit fertilizer feeds the soil itself, bringing life back into it, balancing microbes, and creating a thriving underground ecosystem that keeps giving season after season. The ancient trick that modern gardeners are rediscovering. Before chemical fertilizers existed, farmers relied on natural fermentation to maintain soil fertility. They didn't just feed their crops, they nourished the living world beneath their feet. Over time, this wisdom faded as synthetic products promised faster results, but at a cost. Chemical fertilizers may boost growth in the short term, but they strip away microbial life, leaving soil tired and dependent. The rotten fruit method revives this lost art. It's cheap, sustainable, and honestly, just stunningly effective. And the best part, you can make it right in your kitchen using ingredients you already have. Step-by-step guide to making liquid gold. Here we go. You'll only need a few simple items. No fancy tools, no lab equipment, just patience and curiosity. Start by gathering about 1 kilogram of overripe or spoiled fruit. Bananas, papayas, apples, mangoes, and pineapples are all excellent choices because they're rich in nutrients. Chop the fruit into small pieces to help it break down faster. Next, add 300 grams of brown sugar or molasses. The sugar acts as food for the microbes, fueling fermentation and helping preserve the mixture naturally. Combine the fruit and sugar in a clean container. Either a large glass jar or a plastic bottle works fine. Now pour in 500 milliliters of clean water to dissolve the sugar and create a semi-liquid consistency. Stir it well, then loosely cover the lid. Don't tighten it completely. The fermentation process releases gases that need to escape. If the lid is too tight, pressure will build up, so make sure to open it once every day or two to release air. Place the container in a shaded, cool area and let it sit for, about 2 to 3 weeks. Over this time, you'll notice bubbles forming and a pleasant, fruity aroma developing. That's the good bacteria doing their work. When the bubbling slows and the mixture turns a deep golden brown color, go ahead and strain it using a cloth or fine sieve to separate the liquid from the solids. What you're left with is your homemade fermented bioenzyme fertilizer, the fabled liquid gold for plants. Store this concentrate in a loosely capped bottle away from sunlight, and it can last for several months. How to use it for explosive plant growth. This natural fertilizer is, honestly, incredibly versatile. The most common way to use it is as a soil drench. Simply mix 1 part of the fermented concentrate with 10 parts of water, That's about 100 milliliters of fertilizer per 1 liter of water. Stir well, then water your plants with this mixture once every week or two. You'll be amazed at how quickly plants respond. Leafy greens become lush and vibrant, fruiting plants produce more blossoms, and overall plant health improves visibly. For leafy vegetables, it encourages dense green foliage, while for fruiting plants, it boosts flowering and yield naturally. You can also use it as a foliar spray, applying the same dilution ratio directly onto the leaves. Spray early in the morning or late in the evening to prevent sunburn. This method allows plants to absorb nutrients through their leaves, giving them a fast, energizing boost. Another powerful trick is to add a small amount of your liquid fertilizer to your compost pile. It acts as a microbial activator, speeding up decomposition and enriching your compost with beneficial bacteria. And if your soil suffers from odor or pest issues, a light drench of this liquid can help restore microbial balance and repel harmful organisms naturally. Why this works better than store-bought fertilizer? Well, the secret lies in the biology. Chemical fertilizers focus on feeding the plant directly, often overwhelming the soil ecosystem. But fermented fruit fertilizer feeds the soil life first, and when soil microbes thrive, they unlock nutrients that roots can't normally access. They improve soil structure, help retain moisture, and protect plants from diseases by outcompeting harmful bacteria. Over time, you'll notice profound changes in your garden. The soil becomes darker and softer. Earthworms multiply, aerating the ground naturally. Roots grow deeper and stronger. Plants begin to look healthier, more resilient, and more alive. It's not just growth you're encouraging, it's a living, breathing soil system returning to balance. From waste to wonder. It's hard to believe that something we often toss away could be the missing piece in creating a self-sustaining garden. But that's the beauty of nature. It wastes nothing. Every peel, pulp, and seed has the potential to give back when handled the right way. With this ancient fermentation trick, you're not only reducing waste, but also producing a powerful chemical-free fertilizer that supports both plant and planet. After a few weeks of using your homemade fertilizer, you'll see the difference. Leaves turn a richer shade of green, flowers bloom more generously, and harvests become noticeably larger. The best part is the long-term benefit. Each batch you make helps build a healthier soil foundation that keeps improving year after year. This method isn't about returning to the past. It's about reviving what worked best and blending it with today's knowledge. It's a reminder that the solutions to our biggest gardening challenges often lie in the simplest places, like that forgotten fruit at the bottom of the basket. By reintroducing this ancient wisdom into your garden, you're becoming part of a growing community of gardeners who choose sustainability, creativity, and natural abundance. So the next time you see fruit starting to rot, don't throw it out. Turn it into your secret weapon for lush, thriving plants. Give your garden the life it deserves, naturally, sustainably, and beautifully. And if you found this guide helpful, make sure to subscribe to Crop Corner, share this video with your fellow gardeners, and keep this timeless knowledge alive. Together, we're turning old farmer wisdom into modern garden miracles, one jar of liquid gold at a time.